Hello CA Padasai family, once again I welcome back to my channel. In this video we are going to see about, in previous video we have seen about what are the capacity to contract. In this video we are going to see about free consent. The contract is valid only when the consent was free. We have seen this already. Here they gave one mind map. This is very important. You can use this mind map for revision purposes. Next, consent is defined under section 13. Consent is defined under section 13 as two or more person are said to be consent when they agree upon the same thing in the same sense. When two or more persons are said to be consent when they agree upon the same thing in the same sense. This means consent. Uh, what is meant by free consent means it is defined under section 14 as the consent is said to be free when it is not caused by coercion, undue influence, fraud, misrepresentation, and mistake. Here, coercion is divided into 15, undue influence 16, fraud 17, misrepresentation 18, mistake is divided into 3, 20, 21, and 22. We can see about this elaborately in the following. Coercion. It is defined under section 15. Here, coercion means as a committing or threatening to commit an act forbidden by the Indian Penal Code or the unlawful detaining or threatening to detain any property to prejudice of a person, whatever, with an intention of causing any person to enter into the person. Here I will say one example. Um, if A and B in a family of Vijay, in a Vijay's family, when Vijay threaten to commit suicide, that if A won't go to engineering course. A is if Vijay is a father, A is a son. If A did not go to engineering course, did not take engineering course, then Vijay is saying, I will commit suicide. Like that, he is threatening his son. So here consent was not free, so it is void. Here there is an exam. Here there is a condition to be fulfilled for question. It must be committing or threatening. It must be unlawful detaining or threatening to detain any property to the prejudice of any person, whatever. It must have the intention of causing any person to enter into the contract. It must have intention of causing any person to enter into the contract. It must be unlawful in Indian Penal Code or any act. Next, effect of coercion under section 19. Here, coercion how affected in case of section 19. It says the contract induced by coercion is voidable. Contract induced by coercion is always voidable, but when any benefit received under this coercion, he must repay or return it. A person to whom the money has been paid or anything delivered under coercion must repay or return it. It defined under section 72. Under coercion, A and B. A threatened to commit suicide. Then B have received 10,000 means he must repay the 10,000 to the A because it was caused by coercion. Undue influence. It is defined under section 16. It means a contract is said to be undue influence, said to be induced by undue influence, where the relations subsisting between the parties are said that one of the party is in the position to dominate the will of the another, and he uses the position to obtain an unfair advantage over the other. It means when there is a relation between father and a son, when father uses his power, that is dominating power to his son for entering into an illegal contract. It means it is a caused by undue influence. It is also voidable. He must here the person in position to dominate the will here comes under three categories. He must hold the real or apparent authority. He stand in a fiduciary relationship. When he make a contract with a person whose mental capacity is temporarily or permanently affected by reason of age or mental or by body conditions. Here undue influence exists. This we have already seen. Here there is one important case law between Kirpa Ram versus Samuddin at Khan. Samuddin Khan. Next, there is a power to be set aside. Contract induced by undue influence. It comes under section 19A. It says when any money paid, we can see with this example. A moneylender advances 1 lakh to B, an agriculturist, and by undue influence induces B to execute a bond for 2 lakh with an interest of 6% per month. The court may set aside the bond, ordering B to repay 1 lakh. Ordering B to repay 1 B, the agriculturist repay only 1 lakh to him to A with an interest which is reasonable interest. Next, fraud, it comes under section 17. Defined fraud means and includes any of the following act committed by a party to a contract. These acts: when when by one who did not believe it to be true. That's a fraud. Active concealment means we knowingly hidden that mistake. That is active concealment. Next, promise made without any intention of performing it. Like just for fun, he made a promise made. That is fraud. Next, um, fitted to deceive. Fitted to deceive means his main motive is to cheat. Next, an act or omission such as a law specially declares to be fraudulent. The government say these activities are fraudulent. When he commits this activity, it becomes fraud. Next, effect of fraud upon validity of a contract. Here, when there is a fraud contract, he may either resign within a reasonable time, or sue for damages, or insist him to perform. There are three cases. The affected party can resign the contract and get within a reasonable time, or sue for damages for any loss caused by him, or insist him to perform the condition when he agreed upon. Mere silence is not fraud because covenant stands like a wall to protect the seller, because it's a duty of the purchaser to inspect the goods while purchasing. But silence is fraud in two cases. It means when duty of a person to speak, where a person stands in a position, his duty is to speak. When he kept quiet, then it is a fraud. Fiduciary relationship, we have already seen. Contract of insurance, we must disclose everything. Contract of marriage also, we must disclose everything to the while making a contract. Contract of family settlement, here also we must disclose everything. We must have the right to speak. Share allotment contract, in case of share allotment also contract also, we have the duty to speak. Where the second category is where the silence itself is equal to speak. Here we can see with this example, A says to B, if you don't deny it, I shall assume that the horse is sound. A said nothing. Here A says nothing, then his silence is equal to speech. Next, fourth topic is misrepresentation. Misrepresentation means the positive assertion in a manner not warranted. Not warranted. Note this point. Next, second, a breach of duty which are without any intent to deceive gains any advantage. When he breaches any duty and gains any profits or advantage, it is a misrepresentation. Next, causing, however, when misrepresentation is caused by innocently, when the party affected, it becomes misrepresentation. Here they gave an distinguish between coercion and undue influence. Here is a difference between fraud and misrepresentation. Next we are going to see about section 19, legal effect of agreement without free consent. In some cases, uh, uh, the contract must have free consent, but there are some exemptions. In some cases, the contract can be made without any free consent. Likewise, mm, likewise, when we see this, I will say one example. When A and B enter into a contract, A sold horse to B. Here, A says, "This is this is this horse worth 1 lakh in a market." But B, by a simple investigation, he found that its worth is 80,000, and they finished the contract with 80,000. So it is valid. It must contain any act. The seller will say something, but the buyer found immediately by simple inspections. Then it is valid. Next, we came to last and final topic is mistake. It comes under section 20, 21 and 22. Mistake may be defined as an innocent or innocent belief which leads the party to misunderstand the others. Mistake is divided into two parts: bilateral mistake and unilateral mistake. Bilateral mistake means where both the party commit a mistake. Unilateral mistake means where only one party commit a mistake. Mistake is divided into two: mistake of law and mistake of fact. Mistake of law is also divided into two: mistake of Indian law, mistake of foreign law. If mistake of Indian law means it is avoidable and it must be avoided. If mistake of foreign law means it is treated as a mistake of fact. Here mistake of fact means it is void because there must be a free consent. If the lack of free consent, there is a mistake of fraud occurs. So the agreement is void. Here mistake of fact is alone void. Others bilateral mistake of fact is alone void. Other these four coercion, undue influence, fraud, misrepresentation are voidable. Yeah, that's all for this video. Next video we are going to see about legality of object and consideration. All these notes about this topic I will upload in my Telegram channel. Please to subscribe to this channel so you will not miss out any videos from our channel. Thank you.